again, YouTubers. So I am sitting down today to do a little bit of a video which started out strictly as a kind of like my get ready with me nighttime eye, like date night eye, when I go out, what I tend to do as far as my favorite eye look. And I kind of went back into a product that I haven't used in years and used that. I've been using it for the last couple days. And then I kind of even went past that because as I was doing it, I started realizing it was some ideas for the Sephora sale that is starting actually today. And for VIBs, I believe it starts today. I'm not sure if it's Rouge too. Definitely check that out. But I figured I kind of kept going and gave you guys almost, I think everything I use except for one thing. Oh no, a couple brushes were not Sephora brushes. So everything I used for the most part was something you can get at Sephora. And then I even went on to do my hair with two products that are definitely splurge worthy. If you are getting a discount, now is the time to buy them. So we're gonna jump right in. All right guys, so starting off, I have been using this a couple of times lately and it is the Becca and it is the First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh, the purple one. I always liked the other one, but I really like this purple one lately, and not just because I'm wearing a purple top. It kind of does like some correction, and I've been wearing loose minerals again. So we're gonna put a little bit of this on and see how it goes. I've only been wearing loose minerals for a couple days now, so I'm going to do that again today, and we'll just see how it goes. Tarte CC Corrector. Yes, I have been using this again because with the minerals, I don't want anything super heavy. Usually, I just use a little bit of corrector underneath and concealer over top, just to kind of even it all out. So I'm trying to think of what's new. No, I've been doing a lot of Instagram lives, which are like, I kind of like this. Like I just sit down and get ready. I mixed two colors together, the Laura Mercier mineral powder. I started using this again because when I was away in Houston, Kristen Game had heard from someone that they were discontinuing it, and I was like, boy, I haven't used that in so long. So I pulled it back out and fell back in love with it, and I am ordering it today with the Sephora VIB sale. I mixed two colors. I mixed Real Sand and Natural Beige together. Whoa, that's a lot of natural beige that came out. Ugh, okay, so it's because I was banging them upside down. I wasn't thinking. All right, so I need a little bit extra Real Sand in here now. The Real Sand is at the end of its life. So I just tap it in, and then I take, and so it's in here, take the Sephora Pro 90, I think it is, and I just kind of mix it around a little bit so that the colors are mixed together. And I have a couple breakouts, so I take what's on the end of the brush. My skin has been breaking out with this weather back and forth. I think this is a 90. Yeah, it is a 90. And I just very loosely tap it into the brush, but then I use the other lid to kind of tap it off. And I just kind of start swirling it around. My skin is very red right now because I just got out of the shower. My skin is always red right after a shower because I'm usually super hot. So I have not, I don't think, hardly ever used these on their own without a product underneath of them. And I've been loving, loving, loving the results. I remember actually using this when I was pregnant with MJ. This is kind of funny. I was pregnant with MJ and it was my baby shower and I wore it on its own. No idea why. I hardly ever have done that. I get on the corners of my nose too. Make sure you get in there. And I wore it to my baby shower. And the funny part is I had so many compliments about my skin that day. Random. So I totally had forgotten about that until just now, actually, because I was like, oh, I never wear it on its own. And then I guess I kind of did. I go a little bit over my lids, not a lot. And then I kind of, there's a lot in there. I kind of go down my neck. I just kind of tap it in because I don't want too much. It's hard to see. See how red my skin gets when I just get out of the shower? I mean, I literally just got out of the shower. My hair is still up and soaking wet. But I literally just got out and thought, you know what? I could do this for a good video. I have, I've been doing, this is like my go-to, like, get ready, go to, like, look, I guess is the easiest way to say it. Like if I'm going out at night, like if I'm going to dinner, I'm going out with friends or whatever I might be doing, if I'm doing that and I'm like, oh, what should I do as far as my eye? This is my go-to look. It's just simple and easy with just a little bit of something extra. All right, I think we're pretty good there. I gotta close this over because a lot came out of this one and I don't want that to keep happening. So I'll put that over there. Let's see, I might need a little bit under my eyes just to, sometimes I use the, what's it called? Laura Mercier translucent powder, and sometimes I use just a little bit of real sand if I need some brightness under my eyes, because the real sand on its own is a lighter color on my skin. And I just kind of balance everything out. And I use this Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer 57 and get around the nose area. Just because that's where I can have the most issues. I see a little bit of right here. A little spot right here that kind of needed something. Yep, looks good to go for now. Let's see here. The next thing I use is I use the same thing. Oh, I've got a hair from something in Classic Beige. Let's see what, okay, good, not much popped out there. And then I use this is an old one, Sephora Pro Airbrush 55. And I go into the Classic Beige and I tap this off really good. You can see that there. Oh, is that a light? I think it's from my window. Different time of day because it's 1 o'clock. I've been doing this new thing, or trying to do this new thing, where I go to the gym. Like, I've gotten on a kick since I've been home. I've not been very good about going to the gym. And so with that, I have decided to try, we'll see, this is my first week of doing it. I bring this down my neck too. I'm going to try to basically put MJ on the bus. He gets on the bus at like 9:05 and go straight to, that redness will die down, by the way. Go straight to the gym, like get right in the car and go straight to the gym. Don't come back in the house or anything, because if I come back in the house, it is not going to work out. So go straight to the gym and work out, then come home, get showered, dressed, and all that. The only reason this is so much later today is because of the fact that today I had physical therapy. So with physical therapy, I'm there even longer. I feel like this under eye. All right, let's go on to, let's do eyes. All right, so here's what I have been, let me do this first. Bobbi Brown Cream Shadows, Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in Taupe, which is not taupe. It is very, very, very warm toned with a Sigma EB13. And I blend this up, and I do not go down onto the crease. Onto the lid, onto the crease. I'm on the crease. I do not go down into the lid, onto the lid. I can't speak today with this today for the look I'm doing today, because I'm going to do a little bit lighter of a lid and a little bit of sheen on the lid, a little bit of glitterish kind of whatever. Now on to the brows. This is that Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo in the color Auburn. What it looks like, one side has like a kind of a spongy shadowy thing with the powder on it, and this side has the pencil side to it. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to scoot this over a little bit for you guys. Here we go. And I tend to line the bottom. Yes, I have my eyebrows microbladed, but I put powder over them, so I like to redefine them. It's kind of like, I think of it like I'm coloring in the lines now, whereas before I had to make the lines, if that makes sense. And then I just kind of go over my arch, where my arch is, and the center, or the beginning right there. Same thing on the other side. I always do my cream shadow first though. I don't know why, it's just habit. I just seem to like that it helps me define my brows a little bit more because I know where the crease is. All right, fill in just a little bit there. Then I'm going to go through, flip to the other side of this, and I start about midway back, right about where the arch is, a little bit in front of it. And if I need to, go into the beginning and kind of fill that in. Okay, so now you see the difference between those two. Gonna do the other side. I am loving these minerals. They just look, I don't know, I just think they look so natural and good. I did not need that much extra powder. I don't know why I just went back into that on this side. I have more brow hairs on this side, so I don't usually need as much on this side. Keep in mind when I'm doing this, it's a little bit difficult because I'm looking into the camera and then into a mirror that's here, and you're kind of hoping it all comes out right. Like this eye, I keep seeing like a shadow, and it might just be the lighting. All right, Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette. I love this thing, guys. The Sephora Pro number 19, and I tend to go into these two colors right here are what I start with, these two. And I start in the lighter one, tap it in, dark and light, and then I tap it off. Ooh, my mirror's up way too high. Then I go in right where I just basically put that Bobbi Brown, okay? So I'm gonna warm it up and just kind of lightly, you can see the difference between the side of this eye in those two, okay? But I don't bring too much into the center. I wanna keep it on mostly on the, like from here out. I don't wanna go too far in. And I go up into the brow bone, that's fine. I want it to be very blurred out up there. I don't like, I will define my brow bone, but you'll see I don't want it to be like crazy, crazy. Okay, next thing I take is Bronze Gold or Gold Mode, either one, on the lid. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I don't do that. I'm going to go with the darker color first. So I take this brush, it is a Sigma Firm Blender E44, and these three right here that my fingers are on, I just kind of take those three and I go back and forth between all of them. Again, I start lighter and go darker, and then I tap it off, and then I just put it in the outer corner. And I find this to be easier if I just build it up this way. And I'm just lightly touching that brush down, okay? Again, you can see the difference from one eye to the other. Okay, and again, just go back into these three. I mean, I could have stopped where I was if I wanted to, like some days I do. But I want this to be a little bit more of what I tend to wear when I go out, like to dinner or something like that. Okay, so then I'm gonna take I wipe that brush off. Then I'm gonna take the Pro 9 and just blend it out just a little bit. Not a tremendous amount, okay? Then I'm gonna take the Sephora Pro 14, and I'm gonna go into that Bronze Gold is what I'm using today, but I can use Gold Mode as well if I want it to be more of a standout pigment. And I'm going right on the lid. I'm doing the lighter of the two that is not as shimmery today. I'm putting my eye down so you can see it a little bit. I'm doing this one today because I am not going anywhere today. I'm just strictly doing this for the video, and I just didn't want it to be too shimmery, but I will, you know what? Let's put it, so you can see what it looks like with Bronze Gold, but then I'll put a little bit of Gold Mode on too, just to show you. Same brush. This one has a little bit more glitter to it. Not a lot. You could get away with either one. It just depends on the look you're going for. Put a little bit in the inner corner there. Okay. And then close this up. I always have trouble closing up that smaller one. Okay, then you could go in with this lightest color here for your brow bone if you want to. I'm going to use the one in the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics because I love this brow color in this one. I absolutely love this. I have no idea why. So I'm going to take a little bit of that on a Sephora Pro 15, and I'm just going right on my brow bone. Just literally just touching down on the brow bone. Okay. Bring it down. I usually do my inner corner. I even take this right here. Just on my Cupid's bow. Because I already have it out. I just like doing it that way. Let's see here. I'm going to go in with blush. I don't know why I'm all over the place today with this. NARS Madly is my favorite. I just, you know, it's one of those ones that has a little pop of pink, but also has a little bit of pinkness to it, but also works well with that. Not need a little bit more pink. Let's add in some Tom Ford Frantic Pink, which is a little bit more pinky, just for the apples. I'm not putting it all the way, I'm just going right here on the apples. All right, got that, and that has a nice sheen to it. All right, let's see here. Let's do some line. Oh, I forgot to, jeez. That's Sephora Pro 19. I take it and just blend out that brow bone. And then down into the crease, so that it has more of a defined line right there. Lancome Grandiose liner in the black one. Now, again, I could have stopped here if I wanted to, okay? But I love this liner, guys. Sephora Pro VIB Rouge Sale. Get one of these. It's so cool. So you can actually bend this over so that, oops, helps if I flip the mirror over too. So you can just get right in there. And I have lash extensions on, so I want to get pretty close. I don't want it to be like up and out. I want to have a good close line. Now you see the difference between these two eyes here. I also sometimes, if you want your eye to appear more rounded, go right in the center, right over where your pupil is, and kind of make that go a little bit higher and a little bit more rounded in that area. Okay, and that will give you, whoa, I just missed the bottle. And that'll give you a little bit more lift. Now you can see the difference between these two eyes. I'm sorry if I'm looking in this, just making sure you guys can see everything. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I do a quick thin line first. I always have more trouble with this side. And then I go back in and build up right where my pupil is for a more rounded. I have a lash that's sitting funny. Oh, I have lots of, I must have touched this to something else. Probably just into that. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this one up just a little bit more. Because I feel like, oh, that lash, that's what I was gonna fix. There we go, a little bit more that way. Let's see what else here. Let's see. I'm gonna take this out in just a second and try and comb some of these in. My lashes are about a week and a half out, my lash extensions. And one is just on this side going funny. I can see it right there. I don't know if you guys can. All right. So that's that. I also have a tendency to go in with the Marc Jacobs fine liner when I'm going out, and I do a tight line. You could have just done this instead of the two together. You could have just done this if you don't want to do a liner on your top line. I love this stuff. It stays so well on me. Another great pickup. All of these are things, honestly, I would suggest to pick up during the Sephora Friends and Family set. Wow, actually, I think everything is from Sephora too that I've been using too. All of these Sephora brushes, just amazing. I'm going to use this one next. It's a Sephora Pro 56. I just feel like there's something funny about under my eye right now, and I can't put my finger on it. Can't put my finger on what it is. All right. All right, let's do lips. Let's see, what should we use today? This has been my go-to, and actually I've been using this without lip liner, surprisingly. The Laura Mercier Paint Wash in Nude Rose. When I'm doing more dramatic eye, I don't want my lips to be as predominant, just how I like it. I like that I can take the edge of this and kind of edge out my lips that way too. Oh, but I just touched it down. Right there. The lip liner, you kind of have to mess around a little bit more. And And this color will tone down just a little bit as we go. But that overall, I feel like I could add a little bit more of a pink blush. Why don't we do that? I'm kind of ending up with a lot of blush on here without meaning to. So let's add a little bit more of a pink blush. I feel like I'm layering the blush on here, but I feel like I need that pink. NARS Orgasm is what I'm going to use. Let's see if that adds a little bit more. With the eyes being so bronze, I feel like I just need a little bit more pink on the cheeks. I'm loving these Laura Mercier minerals, guys. Setting spray, you can do one of two things. A lot of times I use this, which is for priming, but it's also, you can use it to set. But today I want to use the Pixie, this is the only thing not from Sephora, Makeup Fixing Mist. Let's see. Let it settle for a second. I feel like with the, see, my neck is not quite as red now. With the minerals, I like to use a setting spray, if that makes sense. But this has been pretty much my like go out type of eye or look. And you know what? I'm going to show you sometimes in the beginning that Marc Jacobs transfers. So I just take a Q-tip. Yeah, transfer just a little bit down here. And I run it right on there because as you guys know, I do not do mascara or liner on my bottom line. Oh, you know what I do sometimes though? Here we go. We'll keep going. This is a Sigma E30 brush, and I'm going to use those same three colors that I used earlier here, starting in the lighter and going up to the darker, and I go right under here. I do not go all the way in. I kind of stop the same way I did with the colors earlier, just about 3/4 of the way. You can see the difference between those two eyes. Why do we always have our mouth open when we do that? Isn't that funny? And there we go. So that's sometimes. I do lots of different looks all within the same kind of realm, if that makes sense. So yeah, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna blow dry my hair and I will get back to you guys in a minute. That gets warm. Oh, especially with the sweater on. I definitely have a piece of hair stuck in this eye. Gotta work that out. Oh, gets warm. Make sure it's all dry. My hair takes a while to dry. So interestingly enough, while I was sitting here blow drying my hair, I thought to myself, you know what? Two really good items to buy, or some really good items to buy during the VIB sale, because you buy things that you can, I would suggest buying things that you would A, normally not want to pay the money for, and B, things that you just wanted to try but didn't bite the bullet on yet. And I would also suggest to buy like skincare, hair care, anything you tend to use like that. But like if you don't own a Clarisonic yet, this is a great time to buy a Clarisonic. If you don't own a really awesome hairdryer, I love that T3 I just bought. I bought it recently. That would be something I would suggest. I had considered buying the Dyson one, but I tried out Kristen Gaines and I really liked it. But on the same note is I just bought a T3, so I can't validate buying a Dyson as well. Another thing that I just recently picked up, I'm turning it on right now, and I'm trying it for the first time today, actually, with you guys, is the T3, what is this thing called? Hold on. And they sell this at Sephora. The Whirl Trio, the styling one with 3 interchangeable barrels, Allure Best of Beauty. I recently bought this, and I got the same discount as what you guys, I got it on T3's site because I signed up for their emails when I bought my hairdryer. So when I bought the hairdryer, I got a discount code and I bought the curling wand with it. So same discount as what I would have gotten through Sephora. But I'm gonna actually try it for the first time with you guys. I have the, I guess it's the 1-inch barrel is what is on it right now. It's pretty cool. You can interchange the through this piece here. You can interchange the wands. I've had ones like that before, but everybody raves about this T3, so I figured, why not give it a shot? All right, so I tend to just kind of part my hair down the middle and then part it from the side. I'm guessing this is, I should have probably read the instructions first. I think it's heated up. We'll find out in about 1 second. I have not used a curling wand in a while because I've been using my beach waver, but let's see how this does with the first curl. I'm gonna hold it for a little bit longer because I don't know if it's heated all the way up. All right, let's see here. Oh, that's actually a really nice curl. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, I'm gonna fast forward while I do this and show you guys everything as I go through, and I'll show you at the end. Alright, so when I am done, take my Monat Refinish Control Hairspray. I do kind of a quick spray all over. I let it sit and cool, and I make sure the curls, I was gonna say more, make sure the curls cool all the way down, and I'm gonna just sit here and let them cool for a little bit, and then I'll show you how I brush them out. So while I was blow drying my hair, I tend to use a brush that is a vented brush but also has the boar's hair and the kind of plastic bristles. And then when I am going to brush the curls out, I use a flat paddle brush that has both the boar's head and the nylon bristles. I'm going to take my Monat Shine Spray. This one is the for you only for you, I mean, and I do 1 or 2 sprays on it. I start underneath because that's where I tangle the most, and then I brush through on the top as well to give me a softer, so you can see the difference between this side and the softer curl and how much body it has versus this side. So same thing, I take a spray or 2. I did 1 on this one because I feel like there's already some on the brush. Go underneath, spray and brush it out. I feel like there's one back here that needs to be brushed a little bit better. I like them to be soft. This side never holds the curl as much. Do you see how that one fell faster than this one? So could be where it was sitting. It could be the fact that this was a bigger one. I'm gonna actually plug this back in and straighten that one out, and then I'll show you. All right, so I recurled this one little piece, and I'm just gonna kind of pull it apart because this side does not ever hold it quite as well. So in a little while, I'll kind of pull it down a little bit more because it's still not completely cooled off. I'll make it look kind of like the rest of these. So that is everything, guys. That is a full get ready with me that also kind of turned into a Sephora sale ideas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna kind of comb this out a little bit while we sit here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. If you have any ideas for things that you think I should be picking up, I would love to hear them. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye.